Hello and welcome to the 26th episode of Journalism Classics with Ali Hakim. This episode shall focus on feature writing. A feature article is special. It may result from a hunch a reporter or an editor has about an interesting issue. It could be the result of a news report that the reporter has filed earlier, but he or she is interested in bringing some more details to public domain. It could be human interest feature focusing on unusual experiences or situations or about successes or failures of prominent individuals or of societies. Feature articles must have the capability to attract readership and remain fresh for a long period of time. To attract readership, brevity is of significance. Generally speaking, a feature article should not exceed 800 words or at the most 850 words. A feature article must be timely, it must be factual, it must be interesting and relevant to the public. It must focus on issues with which the public can readily identify. Feature articles should describe interesting people, places, or situations. The feature article must be topical. It must be free of contradictions, rumors, or figments of the imagination of the writer. Best approach to make a feature article attractive is to give it a human interest slant. Even when the event or the issue is global in size, choose one imaginary person and start with him or her. This makes the reader as a human being to readily relate with the feature article. Always start from the middle of the copy or the middle of the story. Then return to the first paragraph in your final paragraph as a wrap-up. For instance, as the world marks Easter Sunday today, many will go to special church services. Some already made up their minds not to even attend the church service. You may start your feature article with one or two of these imaginary persons and not necessarily from the reason for the season. Opportunities abound for reporters and editors to write or publish many feature articles on how people in their communities prepared for or celebrated the resurrection of Jesus Christ and the fallout of such celebration. Such articles are best published on Monday or Tuesday before interest wane on the celebrations. If I were to publish a feature article on the celebration of the 2025 Easter in Nigeria, for instance, I will wound my opening paragraphs around an imaginary person and around Nigeria's perceived weak economy or the misconception or deliberate misinformation about the country's economy. I'll start with something like this. Neighbors were shocked to see David, a teetotaler, return home in a drunken stupor on Monday morning after he spent Easter Sunday reveling with his friends. Everybody had been worried that David did not return home from church after the service as he normally did. After he came around from his hangover by midday, he narrated his experience of a wild bash to his neighbors, some of whom were jealous of him. According to David, He ran into a long-lost friend and a former classmate after church service. And the friend, obviously now affluent, invited him over to his house. And he could not resist, as there were many things to catch on upon. One thing led to the other. There was plenty to eat and choice wines to wash down rare exotic meat and seafood. And David, a teetotaler, did not want to stick out like a sore thumb. So he joined in the revelry. I will then go on to narrate how Nigerians still find time and resources to host lavish parties while the majority denounce the economy as weak and complain about poor purchasing power. At this point, I will write about facts of the economy and do a comparison between 2 periods or 3 periods about prices of goods in the market and about currency in circulation. Also about government efforts at reviving the economy and so on and so forth. From there, I could return to admonitions at Easter Sunday service where priests either enjoin Nigerians to persevere in the face of the weak economy and assurances that there was a silver lining in the cloud, or the bashing of government by some other clerics who accuse those in government of being clueless about the economy. I may conclude by narrating how David vowed not to badmouth Nigeria's economy any longer, having seen that Nigeria's economy is not bleak after all. I could do the same feature using the current situation of Nigerians in communities that have been ravaged by insecurity, by banditry, and how they celebrate or did not celebrate Easter. There are so many feature articles that can be done by reporters, at least fortnightly. Such feature articles may be cultural, social, or vocational issues. For instance, in Africa and in other countries where dugout wells are the source of getting potable water, it is not common to find women digging such wells. It is largely a male job. If a reporter or editor stumbles on a site where a woman or women are the ones digging wells, his or her curiosity must be aroused. Many questions begging for answers will flash through the mind of such journalists. Some of such questions will be: where is the male population in that community? How many women from that community or from nearby communities are engaged in such arduous tasks? Are the women engaged serving a punishment for some transgressions? What is the age bracket of women involved in this? Is there any cultural significance to the uncommon assignments given to the women? What is the government doing about provision of potable water in that community and in other communities? Mark you, my suggestions here are not cast in stone. They are not one size fits all. They are just ideas that can be adapted to suit a feature article which a reporter wants to write. Feature articles could be based on sporting events, on the economy, on agriculture, on the dispensation of justice, on health and gender issues, on food, or the hospitality industry, on sex, provided it is not on lurid publication suitable only for the dustbin. It could be on politics. It could be personality feature. For instance, Chairman Christian Chukwu, the Chief of Defense in the Eagles lineup in the days past, and later Super Eagles coach, just passed on. A sports reporter may decide to write an interesting feature article on his life and times, his growing up years, his attainments on the field of football and in the football boardroom. Another feature article could be on America's current president, Donald Trump, and the implications of his imposition of tariffs on global trade and the economy. Anecdotes should be used to spice up feature articles. Columnists actually write the most feature articles, and they are at liberty to be opinionated, they are at liberty to be humorous, they are at liberty to write satire. There is actually a thin line differentiating feature article and opinion columns. So, the feature writer must not dwell too much on opinion, but concentrate more on verifiable facts. God willing, I shall be on your way again next Sunday. Kindly remember to like, comment, share this and other episodes of Journalism Classics across social media platforms.